I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record. Price for y'all, snake eyes and thanks for y'all, shoulders on ice for y'all, A6 all the hay, I'm working the ball today, got lost in the ball and A's, I'm flipping the balls, I'm flipping the all record, I still count wins when they got it, all record, I let them take advantage, I was wildin', all record deals, tell them talk to Colin for the quote, all record, I still want the act, not the ghost. I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record.
With me today, we're gonna have a good time. You've convinced me. I'm ready to switch my account. Oh my gosh. Specific answer. They're learning quick. Can we Google it? Whatever. Okay. He's a quick study.
There's so many words I want to say. Be careful. It is a love story.
You bet it is.
Fair.
I wasn't done.
Ask the questions that you think are silly. Thank you for joining. Bye.
There's nothing better than a Subway Series footlong, except when you add a new footlong sidekick, like the boss with a new footlong cookie. This might be my favorite sidekick ever. What?
Every epic footlong deserves the perfect sidekick.
Find your passion. Find your people. Find your purpose. Find your superior.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Merch Mortarelli Gymnasium for the 10th and final match of the 2025 Stinger Classic, sponsored by Subway on our 10th match. And like I said, our final match of the weekend, UWS closing out their 4-match weekend, taking on bridge rivals St. Scholastica here for the first time on the 2025 season. These two teams will meet actually 2 more times here during 2025 before all is said and done. But the Yellow Jackets and the Saints meeting here to close out the 2025 Stinger Classic. As I mentioned, UWS already played a match today, so did St. Scholastica. And we'll get right to it here as the Yellow Jackets entering this contest that closes out the tournament, sitting at 9-6 overall. Lynn Diedrich in her 23rd season at the helm of the Yellow Jacket program. The Yellow Jackets dropped their opening match of the day to UW Stout in a match that you heard with yours truly here a few hours back. They dropped the 4-set match to UW Stout, 25-17, 21-25, 17-25, and 12-25. In that match, the Yellow Jackets got off to a good start, limiting the Blue Devils to negative 0-56 hitting in the first set to take a 1-0 lead, but it was all downhill from there as the Blue Devils came back in the second set to even it up, I should say. I'll get my words right. 25-21 in that second set. And then in the third and fourth sets, it was all Stout as the Yellow Jackets kind of fell apart defensively and offensively as well. The passing broke down. Pass receive wasn't there. The setting was a little bit off. It just was a really rough third and fourth set for the Yellow Jackets in that match today as they dropped those final 2 sets again, 25-17 and 25-22, to go down to defeat for the 6th time this season. For the match, UWS hit just 0-61 as a team and were led by McKenna Holbein with 12 kills and 15 digs. Gabby Schwartz, Colleen Claude, and Carly Lohman all played the center position for the Yellow Jackets in that first match today against the Blue Devils, combined for 33 assists, while Savannah Herring led the way defensively for the Yellow Jackets with 19 digs. Meanwhile, St. Scholastica comes in now 7-4 overall. Chelsea Morado, their head coach. They split their first 2 matches here at the Stinger Classic, falling to UW Stout 3-1 yesterday on court 2 by set scores of 24-26, 22-25, 25-15, and 23-25. Well, they bounced back today with a 3-0 sweep of Knox in their first match. Both those matches, again, played on court 2. This is the Saints' lone match here on the main court here at the Stinger Classic. Against the Blue Devils last night, St. Scholastica hit 188 as a team, and were led by Lindsay Baraboo and Michaela Peterson with 14 kills each, while Abby Zins collected 11 kills for the Saints. Natalie Yackley dished out 42 assists from the center position. Bryn Ziegler led the way defensively for the Saints with 19 digs. Cassie Lustig and Lauren Call also pitched in with 15 and 11 digs, respectively, as well in that one. So the Yellow Jackets coming in at 9-6. The Saints at 7-4. By the way, this pregame, it's sponsored by National Bank of Commerce, with locations in Superior, Poplar, Solon Springs, Esco, Hermantown, Hibbing, and Duluth. Make more possible with National Bank of Commerce, member FDIC. Matt Johnson and the rest of our crew here from Yellow Jacket TV, bringing you the 10th and final match here between the Yellow Jackets and the Saints here at the 2025 Stinger Classic, sponsored by Subway. And with that quick pregame, we'll take one more quick break. Come back in about 2.5 minutes with the opening serve between the Yellow Jackets and Saints. That's coming up, like I said, in about 2.5 minutes, so stick around for that. This is UWS Volleyball here on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Matt Johnson back here at the Mertz as the two teams shaking hands before we get this one underway. Quick reminder, Yellow Jackets will next be in action this coming Friday, September 26th, taking on Northwestern in their UMAC Conference opener down in Minneapolis. They'll also play North Central on that road swing before they return home. Next home will be Tuesday, September 30th, so a week from this coming Tuesday, taking on the same Scholastica Saints. That'll be a joint broadcast, by the way, on 91.3 FM KUWS here locally and also on Yellow Jacket TV, so stick around for that. In about, I guess, 10 days or so. In the meantime, the two teams out on the court, Yellow Jackets in their black jerseys, St. Scholastica in their whites. Interesting all-time series between these two, dead even at 26 apiece between these two schools. They split their two meetings a year ago. Saints winning 3-1 at this very same event in 2024, and then the Yellow Jackets coming back with a 3-game sweep in their regular season matchup. Regular, just single match that night, of course, here at the Mertz. In the meantime, the two teams out here now getting ready for the opening serve here. It looks like the Saints will lead off here from the service line. And as I mentioned, the Yellow Jackets and Saints will meet 2 more times this season. Going back to serve will be Natalie Yackley here for the Saints. 5'9" senior setter from New Ulm, Minnesota. And the opening serve is in the air. Today's opening serve sponsored by Barker's Island, Northern Wisconsin's Island Getaway. And right away now to the outside, here's a swing, and that one will drift long and out of play from Michaela Peterson. Senior outside hitter from Mora, Minnesota. The Yellow Jackets will side out. And they lead at 1-0 as Caitlin Jones against her former teammates from St. Scholastica goes back to serve for the Yellow Jackets. UWS can bounce back from that difficult loss earlier today against UW Stout. In the meantime, Yackley now to the outside. Here's a swing and a kill. That one taken by Ava Decker. Freshman from Rochester, Minnesota, makes it 1 apiece. Off the side out, and going back to serve will be the aforementioned Decker here for St. Scholastica. And here's her serve. Savannah Herring receives for the Yellow Jackets. Claude to the outside. Here's a swing now taken by McKenna Holbein, and she'll get the kill. When high off the block attempt of Lindsay Baraboo. And also Michaela Peterson to get the kill. 2-1. Yellow Jackets off the side out, leading it as Savannah Herring goes back to serve for the Yellow Jackets. And here's her serve. You see back row. That was Ava Decker. Now here's the swing coming through the middle from Baraboo, and she'll get the kill. Looks like Sydney Bader was in the net there for UWS. And we're tied up 2 apiece. Both teams siding out here so far. Lindsay Baraboo, the middle blocker, senior from Pewabic, Minnesota, goes back to the line for the Saints. And here's her serve. Holbein on the reception now through the middle. Here's the swing from Sydney Bader, and she'll get the kill. Gabby Schwartz and Marina Sager are going to check in now for UWS. And Gabby Schwartz will go back to the line to serve for the Yellow Jackets. Here's her serve. See back row, Yackley now through the middle. Here's the swing, and that's a strong kill from Ava Swangstu. Swangstu, senior from Grand Forks, North Dakota, makes it 3 apiece. Bryn Ziegler now will come in, and she will serve here. It was all knotted up at 3 apiece. Here's her serve, Caitlin Jones. Schwartz now through the middle. Here's Bader with the swing, and she'll get the kill. So clean start here both ways. 4-3 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Holbein back to the line to serve for UWS. Here's her serve now. See back row. Yackley to the outside. Here's the swing going cross court, and that'll be a kill. Cassie Lustig this time with the termination. Lustig back to the line to serve it here. Here's her serve. Herring, Schwartz, Jones on the swing. And put down with 2 hands now by Sydney Bader through the middle. Over the top of Yackley to get the termination, 5-4. Chesney Phillip checks in for the Yellow Jackets at middle blocker here, the 6'3" transfer. And now Bader will go back to the line to serve it. Jackets did a lot of rotating, moving players around against Stout, trying to find the right combination that just never came. He's off the serve now. Sent over by the Saints, Abby Zins. Now outside, Caitlin Jones on the swing. Dug out back row by St. Scholastica. Now popped up and wide by Phillip. A little bit messed up with her footing there. A little off balance. Played it out. And Lauren Call now, the libero here for the Saints, will go back and serve it. Dead knotted at 5 apiece. Here's her serve. Holbein, back set. Here's a swing now by Sager. Dug up back row. Now the swing by Jones. Still alive. Saints will play it over. Zins on the play. Now Schwartz. And they're going to call UWS's Phillip into the net. Point for St. Scholastica. They have their first lead. 6-5 in favor of the Saints. Call will go back to the line to serve it. Received by Holbein back row. Schwartz now trying to go cross court. Heading into the underside of the net with Sager. St. Scholastica with 3 straight. Now they lead at 7-5. Call for St. Scholastica. Into the net with the serve. Error makes it 7-6. Colleen Claude and Kate Jamtgard are going to come in for the Yellow Jackets. Sager and Schwartz will check out. And here's Claude. See back row by Lustig. Now popped up by Yackley. Swing by Zins. Dug out by Holbein. Back row. Claude. Outside. Here's the swing from Jones. Dig from Lauren Call for St. Scholastica. Now Zins will roll over the top. Diving dig there from Caitlin Jones. Now played over by Jamtgard. Yackley through the middle. Baraboo. Dig for Herring. Now through the middle. Here's a swing from Chesney Phillip, and she'll get the kill. Chesney Phillip, the 6'3", native of Jacksonville in North Carolina, makes it a 7-7 draw. And now going back to the line is Claude for the Yellow Jackets. Her serve. Received by Lustig, back row. Now through the middle. Here's a swing from Baraboo, and she gets stuffed on a solo block there by Phillip. 2 straight plays from Chesney Phillip, and the Yellow Jackets up 8-7. Cloud on the serve. Ziegler receives. Yackley to the outside. Here's Zins on the swing, and she gets blocked at the net. Jamtgard was there. So was Phillip. I think it was Jamtgard that gets the block, and the Jackets now have run off 3 of their own. And they're up 9-7 as Claude at the line. Claude serve. Ziegler, Yackley on the slide. Here's the swing from Baraboo, and she'll get the kill. Lindsay Baraboo sides out to make it 9-8. Michaela Peterson will return here for the Saints. Ziegler will come out. And Yackley will serve it. Holbein, Claude. To the outside, Jones on the swing. Dug out back row. Now tipped over by Zins. Kept alive by Claude. Herring plays over for a free ball for the Saints. To the outside swing from Baraboo. Dug by UWS's Jones. Now dumped over, and that'll be a kill for Colleen Claude on the dump. Jackets side out to lead at 10-8. And Caitlin Jones now back to the line for UWS. To the outside they go. Now tipped over by Zins. Holbein keeps it alive. Now Baraboo. Claude on the dig. To the outside now Holbein. Rolls it over. Dug out by Zins. Back set now from Yackley. The swing coming from Peterson. Now Jamtgard for the Yellow Jackets, and she'll get the kill. Kate Jamtgard for the Jackets gives them an 11-8 lead here. Set number 1. And Caitlin Jones now back to the line for UWS. Here's her serve. And that one will drift long and out of play. Service error gives it back to St. Scholastica on an 11-9 lead. Decker will come back in now for the Saints. And she will serve it up here. Herring on the reception. Claude to the outside. Holbein on the approach. And she uses the block attempt of Lindsay Baraboo to get the kill. McKenna Holbein makes it 12-9. Herring goes back to the line. Serve it for the Yellow Jackets. There's her serve. Back row, Yackley. Tipped over. Free ball for the Jackets. Now Claude, back set. Jump guard going cross court. Dug out by Yackley. Now sent over here by Lustig. In the back line now here's Jones, and that's winged over the end line for an attack error. Side out. 12-10 in favor of UWS. Baraboo will go back and serve it. Her serve, received by Jones. Claude on the back set. Now going up. Here's the swing and the kill for Kate Jampgard. Good start for Kate Jampgard, the junior from Grand Rapids, as Gabby Schwartz and Sager will return. Claude and Jampgard will come out. Gabby Schwartz has been serving well this weekend for the Jackets. Here's the serve. Kept alive by the Saints. Now they played over for a free ball. Herring, Schwartz to the middle. Here's the swing from Bader. Tipped at the net. Yackley rising up. Here's the swing from Schwangstu, and she gets the actual kill there. Ava Schwangstu makes it a 13-11 score as Ziegler returns off the side out. Here's her serve. Jones for the Jackets. Back set from Schwartz. Here's the swing and the kill there from Holbein. Always good to get McKenna Holbein going early if possible. 14-11 now your score. UWS up by 3. There's the serve. Received back row there by Decker. Now to the outside. Sent over here by Lustig. Schwartz to the outside. Jones with the left hand. Dug out by Lustig. Now Yackley. Dug out by Holbein back row. Now Jones rising up. Tipped at the net. Schwartz. Try the other side. Here's Sager on the swing. Back row. Dig for Decker. Now through the middle. Swangstu. Now it's Bader. Dug out by Ziegler. Yackley to the outside. The swing by Lustig. Dug out by Holbein. Back and forth we go. Here's now Jones tipping it over the top, and Caitlin Jones will get the kill on the tip. Longest point of the match thus far, 15-11. UWS up by 4. Holbein at the line here. Back row, call on the reception, now through the middle. Swangstu with the swing, and she'll get the kill. Ava Swangstu, the assist to Natalie Yackley. 15-12 your score. Lustig will go back and serve now for the Saints. Here's her serve. Herring. Schwartz to the middle. Big swing here taken by UWS's Bader. Dug up by Ziegler. Now Zins tipped at the net. Herring. Schwartz to the near side. Here's the swing from Jones and kept alive. And they played over for a free ball. Schwartz now on the dump, and that'll get the kill now for the Yellow Jackets. Good read that time by Gabby Schwartz. The senior from Plato, Minnesota, gives the Yellow Jackets a 16-12 advantage. Bader back to the line to serve it. There's her serve. Lustig, Yackley, Zins. Jackets able to keep it alive. Good job by Phillip to keep that in play. Now through the middle here, Swangstu on the swing, and she'll get the kill. Using the block attempt there of Chesney Phillip to get the termination to make it 16-13. Call now goes back to the line here for the Saints. Lauren Call, the native of Ridgeland, Wisconsin, on the serve. Holbein, Schwartz to the near side. Jones rises up, gets a big swing. Saints able to keep it alive. Now bumped over now by Yackley, and Yellow Jackets over pursued a little bit to the near side. Caught Phillip off guard. And now the Saints 2 straight points within 2 at 16-14. Call again from the line. Jones on the reception. Bumped up now. Jones on the swing. Tipped at the net. Ziegler. Zins on the swing. Punched over now by Phillip. Now Zins again on the swing, and this one will go wide, but it'll be a touch at the net. St. Scholastica within one now at 16-15. Went off the hands there of, I think, Marina Sager. And it'll be called now to serve it, trying to even it up here in the first set. Jones on the reception. Schwartz back for Caitlin Jones on the swing. Dug up, played over by Baraboo. Free ball Jackets. Schwartz, this time she'll try Sager on the outside and she'll get the kill. Marina Sager, the native of Stillwater, Minnesota, gives the Yellow Jackets a 2-point advantage at 17-15 off the side out. Claude comes back in, so does Jampgard. They replace Sager and Schwartz. There's Claude's serve. Ackley to the outside, the swing from Zins. Dug out by the Yellow Jackets. Now from the back line, here's the swing from Holbein. Dig for Call, now through the middle, here's Baraboo. Another dig from the back line from the Yellow Jackets, Holbein. Punched over. And we'll get the unassisted kill now through the middle from Lindsay Baraboo for the Saints to side out at 17-16. Now Yackley will go back to the line to serve. Here's the serve. Herring. Overpass. Sent over now by Herring for a free ball. Now Baraboo on the swing. Dug out back row by Holbein. Now Jones tipping over. Call bumps it up. Zins on the swing and never made its way over the net. Air will give it back to UWS at 18-16. Caitlin Jones now back to the line for the Yellow Jackets. Here's the serve. Call back row. Now near side. Here's the swing. That one taken by Peterson. Tipped over now by Holbein, and they're going to call the Saints into the net. Point Jackets 19-16 in favor of UWS. As Caitlin Jones lines it up now. For the back line, Lustig. Bumped up by Yackley. Here's the swing by Zins. Dig by Claude. Herring near side. Big swing here from McKenna Holbein, and she'll get the kill. McKenna Holbein for the Yellow Jackets makes it 20-16, and we have a timeout called here by Chelsea Morato and her coaching staff at St. Scholastica. And that'll give us a chance to remind you that if you can't get enough of the Yellow Jackets, tune into Eye of the Swarm, the official podcast of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Join John Garver and me throughout the years. We sit down with Yellow Jackets student athletes, coaches, and other guests. Eye of the Swarm is available on uwsyellowjackets.com/podcast, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. Nip and tuck first set here between the Yellow Jackets and St. Scholastica. Two programs very familiar with one another, obviously, over the years. 52 all-time meetings between the two sides in a series that dates back to 1994. Last time they met up was October 18th of last year right here at the Mertz. That was a 26-24, 25-13, and 25-21 win for the Yellow Jackets. Mayana Stark had 11 kills. Lindsay Baraboo had 10 kills for the Saints that night. Thus far, the Yellow Jackets with a .267 hitting percentage. St. Scholastica at 159. As we come out of the timeout, Caitlin Jones still at the line here for UWS. Floats it over. Lustig on the reception. Now through the middle, Baraboo, and she gets stuffed on a solo block by Chesney Phillip. Phillip's block makes it 21-16 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Now here's Jones on the serve. Back row, received by the Saints. Yackley. Zins now on the swing. Dug out back row by Jones. Claude going near side, the swing from Holbein, and she'll get the kill. McKenna Holbein makes it 22-16. Caitlin Jones now for UWS. Here's her serve. Zins on the reception. Yackley bumping it up. Zins now will push it over. Dug out by Claude. Herring now bumps it near side. Here's the swing from McKenna Holbein, and this time a solo block the other way for Lindsay Baraboo. Makes it 22-17 off the side out. Ava Decker returns. She'll take out Abby Zins. There's a serve from Decker. Jones, Claude, back set. Here's the swing now from Jamgard. I don't know if it ever made it over. You play on, though, and now they do get the whistle, and they're going to say it was a point for St. Scholastica. Took a second for the up referee, I think, to notice it. Jack Air on the Jackets makes it 22-18. Decker off the serve. Jones. Claude now will switch it to the near side. Here's the swing from McKenna Holbein, and she misses the far side. Caught the tape. Fell out of play. 22-19 now your score. And Decker will continue here for the Saints. Not a bad crowd considering. Here's the serve. Phillip now for the Yellow Jackets, and the entire sequence was kind of a mess there for the Jackets. Serve was a little bit short. Savannah Herring couldn't get a positive pass on it. Jackets had to try to save it, and then the swing from Chesney Phillip went wide and out of play for another error, and it's 22-20, and that was enough for Coach Lynn Diedrich to use her first time out here. And at 22-20, Yellow Jackets led by 6 a couple of points ago, but the Saints have run off 4 straight. And they're now within 2 at 22-20. Yellow Jackets, after today, like I said, will take a few days off before they hit the road. It's Friday and Saturday in the Twin Cities, taking on Northwestern. Of course, perennial conference powers and conference champions are the Eagles. Sure, another good team down there, so that'll be a big challenge for the Jackets next Friday, and then they'll turn around and play North Central on Saturday. So open up UMAC conference play. In the meantime, we come out of the timeout. Decker off the serve. Jones receives. Popping it up now. Claude. Swing from Jamgard. Dug out by the Saints. Yackley now sent over for a free ball. Jamgard. Claude. Tipped over by Phillip. Dug out by Call. Now the near side. Punched over. And it'll be a point here. Punched over by Peterson. Jackets couldn't find it. 22-21 now. The Saints have nearly completed the comeback with 5 straight. Here's Decker. Serving it. Back row. Herring. Out to the near side on the approach. Here's Holbein. Dug out by St. Scholastica. Played over by Baraboo and then blocked. And put down now by Chesney Phillip to make it 23-21. Had a good first set, has Chesney Phillip. Sydney Bader now returns to the middle blocker role, and now going back to serve it is Savannah Herring. Herring serve. Received back row. Now Lustig on the swing, and that one will go wide. And it's set point for the Jackets at 24-21. Herring trying to give the Yellow Jackets an early advantage here as she serves it up. Back row received by Decker. Now here's the approach by Peterson, and she'll get the kill. 24-22, set point number 2 for the Yellow Jackets. Swangstu comes back in. Baraboo goes back to the line to serve. And here is her serve. Back row, Jones. Claude to the outside. Holbein on the approach. Pops it over. Free ball for the Saints. Now through the middle, Swangstu. Yackley to the outside. Peterson. Dug out by Herring. Another free ball for the Saints. Near side. Here's the swing now from Peterson. She gets the kill. 24-23 now. Jackets led by 6 not that long ago, but the Saints have come back. They've outscored UWS 7-2 over the last 9 points. Here's Baraboo now. Holbein popped up. Sent over for a free ball. Jamgard. Yackley Lustig pushes it up the line. Diving dig there for Caitlin Jones. Now Holbein on the swing, and she misses it wide. 24 apiece. 8 of the last 10 now to St. Scholastica. There's the serve now from Baraboo. Jones, Claude. Swing from Holbein. Dug out back row by Decker. Now to the outside. The swing by Swangstu's tipped at the net. Now Peterson on the swing. Dug out. Claude will send it over for a free ball. Yackley, Swangstu. Dug out by Jones. Claude outside. Holbein going cross court. And she will get the kill, and the Yellow Jackets have another set point. They've had 4 of them so far, haven't been able to close it out. 25-24. Schwartz will go back and serve it now for the Jackets. Here's Schwartz's serve. Lustig, Yackley. Peterson. Dug out by Jones. Schwartz, back set. Swing now by Sager. Tipped at the net. Schwartz will try it this side. And it's sent over the top for the kill on a soft touch from McKenna Holbein. And the Jackets, after an extended rallies and seeing the Saints come back from a 6-point deficit later in the set, end up getting a couple of kills from McKenna Holbein. And they take set number 1, 26-24, and they lead it 1-0 against their bridge rivals, the Saints. 1-0 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. We'll take a quick break and come back with the start of the second set here in the final match of the 2025 Stinger Classic. Sponsored by Subway. That's coming up in just a minute or two. This is UWS Volleyball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here at the Mertz, 1 set in the books. Yellow Jackets in that first set, hitting 180 as a team, while Scholastica hit an even 100. Jackets with 18 kills on 61 total swings. The Saints with 13 kills on 60 attacks. Yellow Jackets in that first set, led by McKenna Holbein, who so far has 8 kills, 3 for Sydney Bader, 2 for Kate Jamgard, nobody else with more than 1 for UWS. Meanwhile, for St. Scholastica, Ava Swangstu so far with 4 kills, 3 kills so far for Lindsay Baraboo and 2 for Michaela Peterson. Nobody else for the Saints has more than 1. As we get ready to begin set number 2 here, Jackets taking a 26-24. Led 22-16 at one point in that set. Saints came all the way back to tie it up. Never did get a set point, but it's kind of a warning shot for the Yellow Jackets. Looks like they're going to stick with the same lineup here that they had in set number 1. The Jackets started rotating their lineup quite a bit for the first set against Stout earlier on today. That was a set the Yellow Jackets actually won rather convincingly, 25-17, but from there it really melted down. So see if they try to stay a little more consistent this time. As Claude begins the second set with a serve. To the middle, Baraboo. Her swing tipped at the net. Back set now, here's Jamgard on the approach, and she'll get the kill. Kate Jamgard with the termination, her second. The assist to Colleen Claude, and the Jackets lead at 1-0. Colleen Claude, two-sport athlete here at UWS, along with her former high school and also now college teammate Sydney Bader. As on the outside, here's a swing from the outside by Peterson. She'll get the kill. Assistant Allie Yackley makes it 1-1 off the side out. And going back to the line now will be Ava Decker here for the Saints. Here's her serve. Caitlin Jones receives for UWS. Claude to the outside, tipped over now by Jamkard, dug out by Yackley. Bump to the near side. Here's the swing, and that'll be a kill for Cassie Lustig. St. Scholastica with an early 2-1 lead. Decker back to the line. And here's her serve. Holbein. Short set through the middle, and here's Phillip on the swing, and she'll get the kill. Or are they going to say she got under it? Now they're going to say that Disney Phillip lifted it and then threw it down. Ball handling error on the Jackets makes it 3-1. It's too bad, too, because Phillip put that ball down pretty strong. In the meantime, here's the serve now from Decker. To the outside now. Here's the swing from Jamkard. That well over the top. And out, and now the Saints have run out 4 straight, and they lead it 4-1. Serve now for Holbein, back row Claude. The outside Jones rising up, and this time she will use the block attempt of Baraboo to get the kill. Side out Jackets at 4-2. And now Jones back to the line for the Yellow Jackets. Here's her serve. Call on the reception. Now to the outside, here's Peterson. Dug out by the Yellow Jackets. Claude. Holbein will punch it over, and she'll get the kill. Back row, McKenna Holbein. 9 kills already for her. 4-3 your score. Jones' serve. Back set from Yackley. And the swing is out of play here on the far side by Peterson. And the Jackets have run off 3 straight. Now we're even up 4 apiece here. Early stages, second set. Jackets taking the first set, 26-24. Here's Jones. Received by the Saints through the middle. Baraboo, and she'll get the kill. Went off of the hands of Chesney Phillip for the termination to make it 5-4 on the side out. Swangstu comes back in. Baraboo back to the line to serve for St. Scholastica. Here's the serve, received by Herring. Claude. Holbein going cross court, and she'll get the kill. She's in the double figures now. That's her 10th termination already, 5 apiece. Herring back to the line for the Yellow Jackets. Here's her serve. Decker on the reception. Now the outside Lustig. And she'll get the kill. Bessie Lustig. Makes it 6-5 off the side out. Ziegler will come back in now for the Saints. Peterson checks out. Ziegler serve. Jones. Now Bader will punch it over, and she'll get the kill. Off the hands of Yackley to get that termination. 6 apiece. Claude and Jamkard check out. Sager and Schwartz back in. Gabby Schwartz's serve. Back row. Now the Saints are going to have to play it over for a free ball. Schwartz. Initial pass from Bader off the free ball was off, so Schwartz just punched it over the net and got a kill out of it. Right in between Swangstu and Yackley up front to make it now 7-6 in favor of the Jackets. Now Schwartz from the line off the serve. Call on the reception. Yackley through the middle. Here's a swing from Swangstu, and she'll get the kill. Ava Swangstu makes it 7 apiece. Zins will come back in. Back to the line now to serve will be Lustig. Here's her serve. Herring. Back set from Schwartz. Here's the swing by McKenna Holbein, and she'll get the kill. McKenna Holbein carrying the freight right now for the Jackets offensively. 8-7 your score. Yellow Jackets by 1. Here's the serve from Holbein. Ziegler, Yackley. Swangsu punches it over. Free ball for the Jackets. Bump near side, swing from Sager. Dug out by Call. Now it's Zins on the swing. Nice dig back row by Hobein. Now Jones. And the back pass for Jones to try to tip it over was off the mark. Couldn't keep it in play. Side out for the Saints at 8-8. Lauren Call back to the line here. And that's going to be a service ace for Call to make it 9-8 in favor of St. Scholastica. Right in front of Savannah Herring. Now Call. Jones. Schwartz through the middle. Bader with the swing. And it's out. Attack error on the Jackets makes it now 10-8 in favor of St. Scholastica. Here's the serve into the net. Service error on the Saints. Side out Jackets at 10-9. Phillips going to come back in. Savannah Herring's going to check out. Sydney Bader will go back to the line to serve for the Yellow Jackets. Receive back row. Yackley through the middle. Here's the swing from Baraboo. The Jackets will keep it alive as Sager bumps it over. Yackley. Zins on the swing, and she'll get the kill. Abby Zins makes it 11-9 in favor of St. Scholastica. And Yackley will go back and serve it. Kayla Peterson returns. She'll take out Bryn Ziegler. Here's the serve. Hobein. Schwartz. Phillip. And they're going to actually say it's a kill now for Chesney Phillip off the touch at the net. Side out Jackets at 10-11. Jamgard and Claude come back in. There's Colleen Claude on the serve. Back row, Yackley. Zins. They'll go out the block attempt of Kate Jamgard for the kill. The team's trading kills at the moment. Trading points, 12-10 in favor of St. Scholastica. Decker comes back in. There's the serve. Jones. Now Holbein. And they're going to give the point here to the Saints. Jackets never made it above the net play on that one as the initial contact was off. Holbein hitting it in the underside of the net to make it 13-10 now. And here's the serve. Back row. Holbein now to the outside. Jones on the swing, and she'll get the kill. Caitlin Jones sides out to make it 13-11. Just waiting for the opportunity to serve it. Now will be Caitlin Jones. Here's Jones's serve. Call. Bumped up by Baraboo. Lustig on the underside of the net now for an error to make it 13-12. Nip and tuck second set. Nip and tuck for the most part in the first set as well. Jones into the net with that one. Service error. Saints back up by 2 at 14-12. Stu comes back in. Baraboo on the serve. Holbein on the reception. Out through the middle. Phillip. Back row. Decker on the dig. Now Lustig. Tipping it over. Free ball back for St. Scholastica. Lustig again. Jones on the dig. Now to the outside. Holbein on the swing. Got tipped at the net. Swangstu plays it over. Free ball Jackets. Now they'll try Holbein again. And here's the swing and the kill. McKenna Holbein on the termination. Give her more than one chance. She's usually going to find the mark. And McKenna Holbein's kill makes it 14-13. Side out as Herring comes back in. Herring on the serve. Back row, Yackley. Peterson on the swing. Dug out by Jones back row. Back set from Claude. Now here's the swing by Jamgard. Tipped at the net. Now through the middle. Here's the swing by Swangstu, and they're going to call the Jackets into the net. And again, it's Sid Bader, it looks like. Point to St. Scholastica at 15-13. Bader looking rather incredulous on the call. But it will be a St. Scholastica serve here as Ziegler comes back in. Ziegler serve. Holbein, Claude, Jamkard. And Kate Jamkard will get that kill. And cross court with it to Kate Jamkard to make it 15-14. Sager and Schwartz come back in. Back and forth we go here in set number 2. Schwartz's serve. Yackley bumping it up. Should be a free ball for the Jackets as Call plays it over. Now through the middle. Here's the swing from Bader, and she misses everything near side. Missed opportunity there for UWS as the Saints side out at 16-14. Now Cassie Lustig going back to the line. Here's her serve. Herring. Schwartz to the outside. Sager. The Saints able to keep it alive as Ziegler bumps it over. Schwartz. This time Sager on the near side. That swing also dug out. Now on the near side, Zins tips it over. Dug out by Schwartz. Herring bumping it up. Swing from Holbein. Dug out back row by Call. Now Zins will get another try, and this time she will get the kill. 17-14, St. Scholastica by 3. Lustig at the line. Here's her serve. Jones. Schwartz. Holbein. Dug out by Yackley. Ziegler. Zins. She'll go off the block attempt of Bader. Now the Saints opening up some space, and a timeout going to be called here by head coach Lynn Diedrich. St. Scholastica playing some nice defense. Jackets, meanwhile, faltering a bit here down the stretch in set number 2. Yellow Jacket fans, get the same gear the Yellow Jackets wear by visiting the Yellow Jacket Sideline store. Browse the latest styles of gear, including shirts, shorts, sweatshirts, outerwear, and more. The Yellow Jacket Sideline store can be found at uwsyellowjackets.com/shop. A quick look at those numbers here as we play on here in the second set. Been tight so far. Right now, St. Scholastica looking to even it up at a set apiece. They get 18-14 here. Sometimes the passing breaks down for the Yellow Jackets on the serve receive. As we come out, stats are taking a little bit of time to update here. Anyway, we come out of the timeout. Get some of those stats to you when I get the opportunity. In the meantime, here's the serve. Back row Jones. Schwartz to the outside. Holbein rising up. Her swing. Tipped at the net. Dug out by Lustig. Now Zins will push it to the back corner. Jones. Bumped outside by Schwartz. Now Holbein plays over for a free ball for St. Scholastica. Yackley through the middle. Here's the swing by Swangstu, and she'll get the kill. The Saints now up by 5. 19-14. Here's the serve now by Lustig. Schwartz. Sager. And now here's Yackley just dumping it over. St. Scholastica pulling away here. Later stages, second set, 20-14. Now they lead it. Another timeout going to be called here by Coach Lynn Diedrich. Numbers really starting to even out a little bit now. Jackets at an even 200 here hitting-wise. Saints at 174. Jackets have 29 kills so far and 11 errors. The Saints have 24 kills and 9 errors. Swangstu, by the way, up to 7 kills so far. Holbein with 12 kills for the Yellow Jackets, hitting 241. So if you look at the numbers by set, St. Scholastica hitting 370 in this set. The Yellow Jackets, meanwhile, at 2:41. So they are playing better. Both teams picking up their offense a little bit, but St. Scholastica pulling away a little bit here. Trying to even it up at a set apiece. Lustig at the line. She's been the catalyst from the service line for this little run here by the Saints. Now the outside, here's a swing by Holbein. That one dug out as well. Back row by Hall. Now Zins. Free ball as it's sent over by Holbein off the dig. Now through the middle, going up the swing is Swangstu. Now Holbein will go up. She'll roll it over, and she'll get the kill. Jackets down by 5 now, 20-15 as Holbein back to the line. Here's her serve. Gackley to the outside, Zins on the swing, and she'll get the kill. Saints really picking up their offense here in the second set. 21-15 off the side. All call will go back. Sydney Smith is going to check in here. She's going to take out Bader. First time we've seen Sydney Smith in this match. Here's the swing. Schwartz to the outside. Jones on the swing, and she'll get the kill now for the Yellow Jackets. Caitlin Jones makes it 21-16. Philp will come back in. Jackets now with 2 middles in there. First time we've seen this weekend. Smith and Phillip. Here's Smith on the serve, right on the net. Service error makes it 22-16. Savannah Herring comes back in. Yackley back at the line to serve it here for St. Scholastica. Here's the serve now. Schwartz off the reception to the outside, Sager. And she'll get the kill there. Well, Marina Sager, 22-17. Claude and Jamgard will come back in. Colleen Claude now for UWS. Here's her serve. Zins on the reception. Yackley. Baraboo on the swing. Tipped at the net by Phillip. Now Zins off balance. Just plays it over. Now at the net. Nobody there for the Yellow Jackets. Joust ends up on the Scholastica side of the net. Now here's a swing by Michaela Peterson. Dug out by Claude. Now Jamgard sings it over for a free ball. Hall to the outside. Peterson. Her swing tipped at the net. Claude to the outside. Here's the swing now by Caitlin Jones, and she'll get the kill for the Yellow Jackets. 22-18. Scholastica still up by 4 here. Later stages, second set. And Claude from the line. Lustig had to go down. Sent over by Zins. Now Claude bumps it. Sent over by Jones. Dug out back row by Lustig. Now Abby Zins on the swing. And Savannah Herring has it go right through her hands for a kill. 23-18 your score. Two points away from a 1-1 draw here. In match number 10 of the Stinger Classic, here's Decker's serve. Jones back row, and now through the middle, tipped over by Phillip. Baraboo's swing, and she was off balance as she let that one go. Drifts over the end. Line for a service error to make it 23-19. Now Caitlin Jones for the Yellow Jackets. Here's her serve. Hall, Yackley, Peterson, and now she gets stuffed at the net by Holbein. Solo block for the 5'9" outside hitter. 23-20 your score, and Coach Chelsea Murata going to take the opportunity to call timeout here and settle her squad down a bit. St. Scholastica in 297 in the set. The Yellow Jackets, meanwhile, at 289. UWS at 222 for the match. St. Scholastica at 175. Check at 163. Holbein having a nice match. 13 kills for the sophomore. 5 kills for Caitlin Jones here so far. 4 for Kate Jamgard. 4 for Sydney Bader. Colleen Clodd already has 17 assists for the Jackets as well. Meanwhile, on the other side, Swangsu and Zins both have 7 kills. Yackley has 21 assists as well. Scholastica plays a 5-1 offense. The Jackets typically play a 6-2. As we come out of the timeout now. Caitlin Jones for the Yellow Jackets. Call, Yackley. Baraboo tips it over. Herring on the dig. Back set now. Here's Jamkard. Tipped at the net. Yackley, Call. Now rising up. Here's the swing taken by Lustig. And now it'll be McKenna Holbein on the far side. That'll go up, use the block attempt. Lindsay Baraboo to make it 23-21. Jones for the Yellow Jackets. From the line here. Here's her serve. Lustig bumped up. Now played over. Free ball UWS. Claude. Near side Jamkard on the swing. Nice dig by the Saints. Here's Decker. Bumped over. Another free ball for the Jackets. Jones. Claude. Jamkard. Tips it over. Call on the dig. Yackley. Here's the swing now from Baraboo, and she misses the end line. And now they're going to call a touch. There'll be set point for the Saints at 24-21. Coach Lynn Diedrich doesn't understand the call, I think. As Baraboo back to the line here now for the Saints. Baraboo's serve back row now. Jones to the outside. Holbein on the swing. Baraboo on the dig. Bumping it up. Now played over by Decker. Claude. Jamkard. Rejected at the net. Now Claude dumps it over. Baraboo. Sending it over now. Lustig. Jones now. Free ball for the Saints. Yackley. Baraboo. Dig by Herring. Now to the outside. Holbein on the swing, and she'll get the kill. McKenna Holbein makes it 24-22. Smith will come in. She'll take out Phillip, and now Herring will serve for the Yellow Jackets. Savannah Herring serve. Yackley to the middle. Here's the swing now by Swangstu. Dig by the Yellow Jackets. Claude. Send it over for a free ball. Call. Back set. Peterson. Dropping it over. Dug out by Jamkard. And now under hitting it is Holbein. Into the net. And St. Scholastica will take set number 2. Final score here, 25-22, and we're even up at a set apiece. Jackets take set number 1, 26-24. Scholastica takes set number 2, 25-22. And we will head to the third set in just a couple of minutes. In the meantime, we will take a quick break and come back for the start of that third set right after this. This is UWS Volleyball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here at the Mertz. Set break, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, providing concrete, masonry, and design to the Twin Ports and the surrounding area. Hovland Incorporated, 218-722-1662. Your numbers through 2 sets. The Yellow Jackets as a team right now hitting at 209, while St. Scholastica hitting at a 157. The Yellow Jackets so far with 35 kills on 110 attacks. The Saints, meanwhile, with 28 kills on 108 attacks. Individually, Holbein easily leading the way for both teams at 15 kills, hitting 250. Nobody else for the Yellow Jackets has more than 5. Caitlin Jones has 5 kills, 4 kills each so far for Kate Jamtgard, Sydney Bader for the Yellow Jackets. Meanwhile, St. Scholastica, 7 kills each for Ava Swangstu and also for Abby Zins. 5 kills so far for Lindsay Baraboo. As we come out for the start of the 3rd set. All 3 of the Yellow Jackets' previous matches here at the Stinger Classic have all gone 4 sets. Yellow Jackets winning 2 of them, losing 1 to UW Stout. Meanwhile, St. Scholastica, they lost in 4, which was a very tight match with Stout yesterday before sweeping Knox earlier today. As we come out of the set break here, I think the Saints will lead off here from the service line with Nally Yackley. And here's Yackley's serve. Jones on the reception. Claude punched over by Phillip. Dug out by the Saints. To the outside now. Rolled over by Decker. Now here's the swing from Jones. Tipped at the net. Claude. Back set. Jamtgard on the swing. And she'll get the kill. Kate Jamtgard sides out to begin set number 3 for the Jackets. 1-0 your score. Caitlin Jones, a native of Bloomer, Wisconsin, facing her former team. Goes back to serve it. There's her serve into the net. Service error makes it 1 apiece. Ava Decker now will take her chance at the service line here for St. Scholastica. Floats it over, received by Jones. Claude. Near side, Holbein. And they're going to call St. Scholastica into the net. Point Jackets makes it 2-1. Herring comes back in to serve. Here's her serve. And a missed touch there by Lustig. Couldn't get her hands right. Ends up going for a service ace to make it 3-1. Here's the serve now from Herring. Call on the back line. Now here's Baraboo rolling it over, and she'll get the kill. Top spin over the top of the block attempt of Sydney Bader to get the kill. Makes it now 3-2. Baraboo will go back to the line to serve it herself. Baraboo serve. Herring. Claude popping up. Here's the swing through the middle from Bader. Tipped at the net by Swangstu. Now here's McKenna Holbein. She's into the net with it. And we're tied up 3 apiece on the attack error. And now we've got some perspiration on the floor as going back to serve will be Baraboo. And they're still trying to sort it out here. Sydney Bader walking around right now with the towel, trying to towel it all off on the court. Three apiece here. First 2 sets were extremely tight. No surprise, the 3rd set starting the same way. Here's the serve from Baraboo, received by Jones. Pushed over now by Holbein. Back row dig for the Saints. Now Lustig. Laying it over, Herring. Outside Kate Jamtgard now, and she'll get the kill. Floated back line. Unable to get there in time was Ava Decker for St. Scholastica. 4-3 Yellow Jackets. Schwartz comes back in, so does Sager. And here's the serve. Lustig, Yackley, Swangstu. Now Yackley will try the near side. Here's Peterson on the swing. Sent over by Bader. Yackley outside. Here's the swing by Lustig, and she'll get the kill, I think. Yep. Cassie Lustig teams it up at 4 apiece. Ziegler comes back in. Here's her serve. Holbein, Schwartz. Holbein on the approach, and she'll get the kill. And high off hands on that one to McKenna Holbein. She's got 16 kills now. 5-4 Yellow Jackets back up by 1. Here's Holbein's serve now. Hall, Yackley, Lustig. And that'll be a kill as well. One in between the block attempt of Bader and Sager to get the kill. 5 apiece. Lustig now going back to the line to serve it. Jones, Schwartz back for Caitlin Jones, and she'll go high off the hands of Yackley to get the kill. It's been this way pretty much throughout. Back and forth, back and forth. Chesney Phillip comes back in. Bader goes back to the line to serve it. Here's her serve. Ziegler. Yackley, punched over by Swangstu. Back set now from Schwartz. Here's the swing from Sager, and she gets the kill. Marina Sager makes it 7-5. Now Bader at the line. Here's her serve. Ziegler, Yackley, Swangstu on the big swing. Kept alive by the Jackets, now punched over here by Bader. Swangstu gives it another try. Another dig by Bader. And now we have a whistle from the up ref, and no point has been awarded yet. I don't know what happened. We're going to have a redo. There's a problem a little bit during the match earlier today between Concordia and UW Stout that was played on the main court here. We had that kind of an issue, but not sure. Are we going to play this again? Looks like we are. So Bader will serve it still at 7-5. Here's the serve, and this time into the net. Point to the Saints off the service error, makes it 7-6. Hall will go back and serve it now. Here's the serve. Jones, Schwartz, Sager on the approach. Rolls it over, dug out by the Saints. Abby Zins is in there, and she lets one fly that carries over the end line for an attack error to make it 8-6. Jamtgard and Claude are going to come back in. They'll take out Schwartz and Sager here. Clean Claude's serve. Lustig, Yackley, swing by Baraboo. Dug out now by Claude. Herring. Back row attack now coming from Holbein. Ziegler. Zins. Goes off the block attempt there of Jamtgard to get the kill. 8-7. And now Yackley at the line. Here's the serve. Jones, Claude, Phillip. Dug out by Call. Zins, and now in the underside of the net for an error. 9-7 your score. Jones back to the line now for the Yellow Jackets. Here's her serve. Call receives. Yackley to the outside. Zins on the swing, and she'll get the kill. Went off of Chesney Phillip to get the termination to make it now 9-8. Decker back in. Here's her serve. Jones, Claude. Holbein bumps it over, and it'll go wide. 9 apiece now. And now we're wiping up the floor again. We've had this problem here so far. Kind of all over the court. Like I said, I'm wondering if the roof is leaking at all here. We've had a lot of rain the last couple days. Meantime, Decker on the serve. Jones, Claude, jump guard, tipping it over. Yackley, Lustig, Herring now off the dig. Now Holbein. Yackley back set. Here's the swing now, taken by Peterson, tipped at the net. Now outside, here's the swing now from Lustig, and she gets the kill. 10-9 in favor of St. Scholastica now. Here's her serve from Decker. Claude. Holbein on the swing, and she'll get the kill. Side out makes it 10 apiece. Herring now going back to the line. Here's the serve now from Herring. Yackley. Lustig. Going high off the block again. Have Bader and Jamkard to make it 11-10. Baraboo now back to the line for St. Scholastica after they retake the lead. Here's her serve. Holbein, Claude, Jamkard on the approach, tipped at the net. Now Jellison, it'll be a Yellow Jacket point. Well, actually, they're going to give the point now to the Saints, so they're going to say that Jamkard went over the top of the net. So St. Scholastica now with a 12-10 advantage. The call's going to stand. And now Baraboo on the serve. And she gets an ace. 13-10, Scholastica now by 3. Dropped it right in front of Caitlin Jones. Baraboo on the serve, and another ace. Same spot, same result. Timeout going to be called here, I think. Either that or it's going to be a substitution. Caitlin Jones now will check out. Coral Cook is going to come in for her. Here's the serve from Baraboo. Cook receives it. Now the outside Holbein. She'll go off the block attempt and get the kill. Schwartz and Sager are going to come back. 14-11 your score as Schwartz goes back to the line to serve. Back set now from Yackley. Here's the swing from Peterson. She'll get the kill. 15-11 now your score. Ziegler comes back in. Here's a serve from Ziegler. Cook. Schwartz to the middle. Here's the swing from Bader. She gets tipped at the net by Swangstu. And now the swing from Holbein on the far side gets the kill. She's carrying the mail for the Yellow Jackets, no question about it. That's kill number 20 for her. Nobody else for the Yellow Jackets has more than 6. 15-12. Here's the serve. Back row. Call on the reception. Now through the middle, Swangstu. Dig by Schwartz up the line. Out that swing. Played over now by Holbein. Swangstu on the swing, and she'll get the kill. 16-12, St. Scholastica now up by 4. Zins comes back in. Lustig serve. Cook Played it right over. Actually, a new player in there for the Yellow Jackets, and now there's a swing and a kill for Zins on the far side. Elena Wilberg is in for the first time, freshman from Anoka, Minnesota. 17-12 now your score, 5-point lead for the Saints. Jones will return, she'll take out Wilberg. Here's a serve from Lustig. Herring, Schwartz, Bader. Her swing results in a kill. Sydney Bader makes it 17-13. Phillip returns. And here's the serve. Ziegler. Yackley to the outside. Zins on the swing, and she'll get the kill. And right through the block attempt over there between Sager and Phillip. 18-13, and a timeout going to be called here, I think, by the Yellow Jackets, and it will be. Have you downloaded Swarm Central, the official rewards and loyalty app of the Yellow Jackets? Get started and receive 200 points just for registering and 200 more for downloading the app. Redeem your points for cool prizes in the Swarm Central store. Find Swarm Central in the Apple and Google stores today. So we're seeing something of a repeat of what we saw earlier. The Jackets, after taking the first set against Stout, faded badly over the last 3 sets. And they're starting to fade here as well, losing the second set, 25-22. That was tight, but St. Scholastica now, like they did last set, just beginning to pull away later stages of the third set. And it's just been one of those situations where the Jackets just have not been able to maintain their intensity or their focus. Saints getting things what they want to at the net, it would seem. Jackets having a hard time up front dealing with the Saints' height. And the serve receives let them down a bit here too as well. St. Scholastica in the set, by the way, hitting .381. Yellow Jackets, meanwhile, .292. Not bad. But the Saints just really cooking right now offensively. Here's the serve from Lustig. Or call, excuse me. Now on the outside, here's a swing by Moreno Sager, and she'll get the kill. 18-14 your score as Claude and Jampgard will return. Sager will check out. Claude now at the line. Here's her serve. Lustig, Yackley through the middle. The swing by Baraboo, tipped at the net. Claude. Here's Jones now punching it over. Dugout back row by St. Scholastica. Zins on the approach. Cross court. Now going up with another swing off the dig was Yackley. Now from the back row, Holbein. Dugout by the Saints. Now outside, here's Zins on the swing. Herring on the dig. Claude back set. Punched over now by Jampgard. Now on the slide, it's Baraboo. Cross court, Holbein on the dig. Now Phillip. She'll go through the middle and get the kill. Chesney Phillip off the assist from Colleen Claude makes it 18-15. Claude on the serve. Lustig, Yackley, Zins. Into the net. Jack Air makes it 18-16. Claude at the line here. Here's her serve. Back row, Lustig, Yackley, Zins now will tip it over. She'll get the kill. Side out makes it 19-16. Saints still up by 3. Yackley will come back to serve. Back into the match also is Michaela Peterson. Here's the serve. Fly through the middle. Swing from Phillip. Dug out by Call. Outside, here's Zins. Nice diving dig now on that swing by Herring. Now here's the swing through the middle. That one taken by Jones, and she'll get the kill. 19-17 your score. Caitlin Jones will go back to the line to serve it for the Yellow Jackets. And here's her serve. Zins having to dive. Saints are all turned around and it'll end up being an ace. Saints were off the mark there a little bit, and they're going to call timeout now. 19-18 your score. Favor of the Saints. Coming right down the wire in this third set. Caitlin Jones, by the way, with 7 kills, now hitting .231. Holbein at 20 kills to lead everybody, hitting .250. Jackets with 48 kills so far in 141 attempts, hitting .234. The Saints have 40 kills, 138 tries for 188. As we come out of the timeout, a 1-point lead for St. Scholastica. Caitlin Jones is going to try to even it up from the service line here in a few moments for the Yellow Jackets. Here's Jones on the serve. Lustig on the reception. Now near side here is the swing from Peterson, and she gets stuffed. Solo block for McKenna Holbein, and we're tied up 19 apiece. Caitlin Jones for the Yellow Jackets at the line. Here's her serve. Lustig now through the middle. Baraboo, and she goes for the corner and misses. Attack error makes it 20-19 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. So UWS, after being down by 5, now making a run back to take the lead here. And Jones continuing. Here's her serve. Lustig. Yackley. Zins on the outside. She gets stuffed by Phillip. We continue on. Another try here. Comes Zins. Tipped at the net. Claude. Back set. Here's the swing from Jampgard. Diving dig back row. Lustig. Now Peterson. Going cross court. And Phillip will keep it alive. Free ball for the Saints. Yackley through the middle. Here's Baraboo. Got plenty behind it, but it'll go long. Are they going to say touch? No, they're going to say the Yellow Jackets are into the net, it looks like. Baraboo sent that one well long. The Jackets in the net, so we're tied up, 20 apiece. Ava Decker in to serve it. Here's her serve. Back row, Herring. Claude outside, Jampgard on the swing. Dug out now by Phillip. And we'll try Holbein on the near side. Dug out by Call. Now here's the swing taken by Lustig, and it'll go out of play, and it'll be a side out for the Jackets at 21-20. Savannah Herring going back to the line now for UWS. Jackets by 1. Here's the serve back row. Lustig. Back set from Yackley. Here's the swing now by Peterson, and she'll side it out. Good swing that time for Michaela Peterson on the kill. It's 21-all as Baraboo goes back to the line to serve for the Saints. Here's her serve. Jones on the reception. Claude punched over by Jampgard. Now through the middle. Here's Swangstu. Claude. Holbein. Nice dig by Lustig. Now from the back row, here's the swing, and that one's long. Taken by Ava Decker. Attack error makes it 22-21 as Schwartz and Sager return. Gabby Schwartz, one of the better Yellow Jacket servers, goes back to the line. Here's Schwartz's serve. Yackley, back set, Peterson, off balance. Back row dig from Jones. Now Holbein punches it over, and he'll get the kill. Peterson was kind of caught in no man's land there on that one, and the Jackets now up by 2 at 23-21. Here's Schwartz. Decker, Yackley, Swangstu. And the Jackets unable to make the play there as Ava Swangstu's kill makes it 23-22. Ziegler comes back in. Here's Bryn Ziegler's serve. Herring. Schwartz rising up. Holbein. Tipped at the net. Dug out by Call. Now through the middle. Here's Swangstu, and she gets the kill, and we're tied up 23 apiece. Let's see who can make a few plays late to take this third set. Serve from Ziegler. The Jackets were all turned around on that one, and that's going to be set point now for the Saints on a ace by Bryn Ziegler. Here's Ziegler's serve. Herring. Schwartz. Holbein on the swing. Tipped at the net. Sent over now by Bader. Now through the middle, Swangstu, and she gets blocked by Bader on a solo block. 24 apiece. Now the Jackets will serve it. McKenna Holbein for the Yellow Jackets. Decker, Gackley, punched over by Swangstu. Herring bumping it up. Jones off balance. Her swing dug out back row by Call. Now it's Lustig. Another dig for Herring. Schwartz. Jones on the swing, and they're going to call, I think, Yackley into the net. Either that or Swangstu. It'll be a point for the Yellow Jackets. They have set point. It's 25-24. Really a tight. On the serve. Floats it back row. Decker, Yackley, Swangstu. Holbein off the dig. Punted over now by Jones. Yackley to the outside. Lustig. Got tipped at the net. Now Lustig will try to tip it over, and she'll do just that and get the kill. And it's 25 apiece. Lustig goes back to serve it now for St. Scholastica. Here's her serve. Herring. Schwartz. Jones. Tipped at the net. Schwartz on the dump, dug out by the Saints. Now Zins. Tipped at the net. Yackley. Zins again. Holbein. Schwartz. Back set. Here's the swing now from Sager. Dug out by Call. Now Zins on the swing, and she'll get the kill. And now it's set point for St. Scholastica at 26-25. And now a timeout going to be called by the Yellow Jackets. The Jackets had a set point a moment ago. Now they have to fight off one. Zins, by the way, now up to 13 kills. She leads St. Scholastica, hitting 174. Swangsu hitting 320 with 9 kills. Lustig with 8 kills. Baraboo with 7. Yellow Jackets still being led far and away by Holbein with 21 to lead everybody. Lustig as we come out of the timeout. Here's her serve. Jones. Schwartz. Now Jones will punch it over, and she'll get the kill. Side out. We play on here. Set number 3, 26 apiece. Now it'll be Sydney Bader's turn at the service line for UWS. Here's her serve. Zins. Now punched over by Yackley. Another set point for St. Scholastica. 27-26 as Baraboo comes back in. Now Call will go back and serve it. Holbein. Schwartz. Now sent over. Yeah, I was about to say, then that hit the deck. It did. Point to the Yellow Jackets. They credited the pancake there from Yackley, but Jones able to push it over, gets the kill, 27 apiece. Now Claude will go back and serve. Here's Colleen Claude's serve. Catches Zins. A little flat-footed on that far side for the ace. Now the Jackets with another set point, 28-27. And here's the serve from Claude. Lustig. And now that'll do it. The Yellow Jackets, as that one came over, Saints a little off balance there. Couldn't get their footing straightened out. And the Jackets will take set number 3, 29-27. Wasn't pretty, but the Jackets will take it. And we now head to the fourth set with UWS leading the Saints 2-1. We'll take a quick break and come back with the start of the fourth set right after this. This is UWS Volleyball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAG Sports Network. Back here at the Mertz, Matt Johnson, along with our entire production crew from Yellow Jacket TV. This set break sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, as always, providing concrete, masonry, and design to the Twin Ports and the surrounding area. Hovland Incorporated, 218-722-1662. Numbers through 3 sets now. Yellow Jackets hitting 233 as a squad. 52 kills and 159 tries. Caitlin Jones down double figures with 10 kills. Holbein with 21 to lead everybody. St. Scholastica right now hitting at 160. 9 kills for Ava Swangstu. 8 kills for Cassidy Lustig. 7 kills so far for Baraboo, but the leader so far and away, Abby Zins. She has 13 kills for St. Scholastica as we get ready to begin this fourth set. Jackets up 2-1. Set scores about as tight as you can get. 26-24 in the first for the Yellow Jackets, 25-22 for the Saints in the second, 29-27 for the Jackets in the third. And we're ready to begin, like I said, this fourth set here. And I think the Jackets are going to serve first. It'll be Colleen Claude that'll go back to the line here for UWS. Jackets after today, of course, taking a few days off before they embark on the UMAC conference season. They'll be taking on Northwestern and North Central next week. They'll be at home a week from this coming Tuesday when they take on these same St. Scholastica Saints. That'll be our next broadcast. 91.3 FM locally and also on Yellow Jacket TV. So 10 days we'll see you again. In the meantime now, off the serve from Claude. Set through the middle by the Saints. Nally Yackley finds Lindsay Baraboo. She gets the kill on the Saints side out. 1-0, they're up. Now the serve from Ava Decker. Now through the middle. Here's the swing from Chesney Phillip, and she wastes it long over the near side. We're at 2-0 lead here for St. Scholastica. Here's the serve. Jones. Overpass on the reception. Yackley through the middle. Here's Baraboo. Herring. Claude. To the outside, Jones. And she'll just use the block attempt of Baraboo to get the kill. 2-1 your score now as the Jackets side out. Caitlin Jones will go back to the line to serve it. Here's a serve from Jones. Lustig, back set. Peterson, diving dig over there by Claude, bumped up by Herring. Now here's the swing from Holbein, and she'll get the kill. McKenna Holbein now her 22nd kill of the match, makes it 2 apiece. Caitlin Jones back to the line here for the Yellow Jackets. Here's her serve. Lustig. Yackley will bump it up. Lustig now rolls it over for a free ball. Claude to the far side. Here's Holbein. Tipped at the net by Baraboo. Now Jamgard measuring it, tips it over. Saints with the dig. Yackley, Lustig. Dig there by Claude. Outside now, here's the swing from Holbein, and she'll get the kill up the backside, just tucking it inside the end line on the right side of the court. McKenna Holbein now up to 23 kills. 3-2 your score. Here's Jones's serve. Call on the reception, now punched over. Claude gets the dig. Herring bumps it up. Holbein with the swing and the kill as well. Jackets going to McKenna Holbein early here in the 4th set. Why not? First team all UMAC a year ago in her freshman season, makes it 4-2. And a match high 24 kills now for the sophomore from Holdingford, Minnesota. Now Jones's serve. Call back row. Yackley through the middle. Baraboo, and her swing will go long. No touch. Drifted long. 5-2. The Yellow Jackets up by 3. Now Jones again. Here's her serve. Call. Yackley. Lustig. And this time she'll get the kill. And out the hands of Chesney Phillip to side out to make it 5-3. Swangsu comes back in. Baraboo will serve it up. Catches the tape. Good job by Holbein to adjust. Now on the near side, Jamkar tipped at the net. Claude, back set. Holbein goes up. Pushes it off of the block attempt over there above Michaela Peterson and gets the kill. 6-3 now off the side out. Bader comes back in. Phillip will check out. Savannah Herring to the line for the Yellow Jackets to serve it. Here's her serve. Back row, Decker. Lustig. Now Decker. Jones. Claude. Short set through the middle. And Bader gets stuffed. I think it was Swangstu on the block. 6-4 your score. Ziegler comes back in off the side out. And Ziegler's serve. Jones. Overpass. And ends up in the net. Point for St. Scholastica. 6-5 now your score. Ziegler will go back and serve it again. Ziegler's serve. And now they're going to call her for service violation. Wow. Wow. Don't see that call very often. 7-5 your score. Jackets will take it back now. Schwartz and Sager come back into the match. Claude and Jamkard check out. Now here's Schwartz's serve. Overpass. Jackets with a chance at it now off the free ball. Schwartz to the outside. Here's the swing from Holbein. Tipped at the net. She'll back set this side for Sager. Dug out back row by Cole. And now Swangsu through the middle will take a swing, and she'll get the kill off of Marina Sager. And her block attempt to side out at 7-6. Lustig will go back and serve now for the Saints. Their serve now comes back row. Here's Jones. Schwartz will bump it up. Rolled over now by Sager, and she'll get the kill. Just went top spin with it. Place it right in front of the diving Lustig, who tried to get there in time. Side out, Jackets now up 8-6. Holbein now at the line. Knuckleball serve. Ziegler gets to it. Now Zins punches it over. Dig for Schwartz. Now from the back line, here's the swing from Holbein. Dug out. Lustig. Swangstu now on the swing, and she just tucks it in the corner on that far side to get the kill. Impressed with her. Side out makes it 8-7. Call now for the Saints. Herring, Schwartz. Sager tips it over the top, and she'll get the kill. 9-7 now, Jackets by 2. Phillip will come back in. Bader will go back to the line to serve. Bader's serve. Ziegler. Yackley now on the slide. Here's Baraboo. Her swing dug out back row by Hobein. Schwartz. Near side. Sager. And never made it over the net. Attack error on the Jackets. Side out Saints now 9-8. It's been hard for either team to create breathing room in this match. It's been just back and forth all 4 sets. Shows you how evenly matched the 2 squads are. Here's the serve now from Yackley. The Jackets have to play it over, and they don't even do that. Poor serve received there from the Jackets. Results in a point for St. Scholastica, and we're dead even, 9 apiece here in the 4th set. Here's the serve again from Yackley. Hobein. Now Jones on the swing, and she'll get the kill. Nice approach from Caitlin Jones there. Measured, got up. Went off the block attempt of Michaela Peterson to get the termination. 10-9 now. The Jackets back up by 1 as Claude returns, as does Jamtgard. And more perspiration on the floor down below me here from my Braglos location above the court. Here at the Mertz. Here's Claude's serve. Zins. Yackley. Abby Zins now on the approach. Dig from Herring. Now it's Jamtgard on the swing. Nice dig there by Yackley. Played over by Zins, or attempted to be. Tipped at the net, in fact. Yackley now, back set. Popped in the air by Peterson. Claude. Outside Jones on the swing. Tipped at the net as well. Now through the middle, swing by Baraboo, and she misses the back line. Attack error on Lindsay Baraboo makes it 11-9. Yellow Jackets by 2. Claude at the line. Here's her serve. Zins. Lustig. Zins. Rolls it over for a free ball. Now Jamtgard trying to go cross court with that swing. Dug out. Now Zins will get another try. Again, tipped at the net. Claude. Outside Jones. And she'll get the kill. Caitlin Jones for the Yellow Jackets makes it 12-9. A timeout going to be called here by Chelsea Murado and company. Jackets up by 3 now. Jackets have been much better offensively in this match than they were against Stout in the opener today. Hitting 233. They were at 180 in the first set, 245 in the second, 286 in that third set, and so far 238. Pretty consistent. Hitting 233 as a squad in the match. Meanwhile, St. Scholastica, their high water mark was that second set in which they hit 229. Other 3 sets. In the first, they hit 100. In the third, they hit 167. And so far here in the fourth, they're hitting 105. WS with 61 kills now to St. Scholastica's 50. Jackets with 25 kills from McKenna Hobein, 13 now from Jones. She's up to 333 hitting, by the way. Saints being led so far by Longstu. She's got 11 kills, hitting 370. Baraboo had 8 kills, 9 so far for Lustig, hitting 207. 40 assists so far for Yackley. Combined 50 between Claude and Schwartz. Claude with 28. The Jackets have 4 players in double figures in digs so far. The Saints so far with 5 players in double figures in digs. As we come out of the timeout, Claude still at the line here for the Yellow Jackets. There's her serve, back row now. Lustig back set. Peterson punches it over. Dig for Hobein. A Jamtgard. Back row, nice dig there from Lustig. Zins, now she gets tipped at the net. Now Baraboo. Back row, Hobein. Now rolled over by Jones. Call to the middle. Baraboo on the swing, and she'll miss it. Went to the back corner and missed it by a couple of feet. 13-9 off the attack error. Jackets by 4. And now St. Scholastica going to make a substitution. Baraboo's going to check out. And it's Lillian Rikiki that's going to come in for the first time. Rikiki, freshman from Ely, Minnesota. And more perspiration on the floor here. It is kind of sticky in this gym typically. So it's not uncommon to see some moisture hit the floor here. As Claude now from the line. Here's the serve. Back row Zins. Ackley. I think that was Lustig, in fact, who received it. Zins on the swing. She hit it long over the back line for an error. Now UWS up by 5, 14-9. This is the largest lead the Jackets have had in any set, I believe. Here's Claude's serve. Zins tried to receive this one, and this time she shanks it completely off to the left. Ace from Claude makes it 15-9. Serve from Claude. Lustig. And another service error here on the reception by St. Scholastica. 16-9, and now Decker's going to come in. She'll take out Abby Zins. The Jackets up by 7 here. Here's Claude's serve. Decker on the reception. Yackley back for Decker. Going cross court. Nice dig by Herring. Now to the far side. Tipped over by Jones with the left hand. Yackley through the middle. Here's the swing now taken by Rikiki. Dug out by Claude. Now Holbein will dump it over the net. Back set. Yackley. The swing from Peterson. Dug out by Holbein. She's doing a little bit of everything for the Jackets in this match. And now the swing from Caitlin Jones hits the antenna out of play. Attack error makes it 16-10. The Saints side out. And now Decker will go back to the line here to serve for St. Scholastica. Here's her serve. Holbein. Now through the middle. Sent over by Phillip. Now Peterson. Holbein, back row dig. Back set now from Claude. Here's the swing from Jump Guard, and she'll get the kill, 17-10. Caitlin Jones back to the line now for the Yellow Jackets. Here's her serve. Call to the outside. Peterson. Nice dig that time by Herring. Now back line. Yackley through the middle. Here's the swing from Rikiki, and she'll get the kill. Freshman middle blocker, Olivia Rikiki. Sides out to make it 17-11. Now she'll go back to serve. Swangstu comes back in the middle. And here's Rikiki serve into the net. Service error makes it 18-11. Bader comes back in. Chesney Phillip will check out. Savannah Herring now for the Jackets at the line. Back row reception now from Decker. Now punched over by Swangstu, and she'll get the kill. 18-12 your score as Ziegler comes back in. She'll take out Michaela Peterson for the Saints. There's her serve. Holbein, Claude to the middle, tipped up by Bader. Now Swangstu's swing, and that one will go long. They're looking for the touch, none forthcoming. Are they going to say it was a touch? Yep, they are going to say it was a touch. 18-13 your score. And now Yellow Jackets clean Claude talking with the up ref. Ziegler will give it another try here. There's her serve. Jones, Claude. Bader on the swing, and she'll get the kill. Sydney Bader has plenty of power behind her swing when she can get a good set, and she got one there from her high school and now college teammate, Helene Claude, to make it 19-13. Sager and Schwartz come back in. And here's the serve from Schwartz. Decker outside Lustig. And now she'll get a kill. 19-14. Zins will return. She'll take out Decker. Serve from Lustig. Zins check it. It's Schwartz on the outside, and now the Jackets have the attempt by Sager rejected on that far side by the combination of Swangstu and Yackley. 19-15 your score as Lustig at the line. Jones on the reception. Schwartz near side Holbein. Now there's a swing from Sager. Dugout back line. Zins now on the swing. Dugout, Herring. Now it's Holbein, and she'll get the kill. She went cross court. McKenna Holbein sides out. And it's 20-15. Now the Jackets up by 5. Big match from McKenna Holbein. That's her 26th kill of the match. Holbein plays matches, generally speaking, with a smile on her face. And while they were wiping up the perspiration, she was smiling right to her bench. Here's Holbein's serve now. Lustig, overpass. Now Jones. Swangstu. Dug out by Schwartz. Herring. Jones with the left hand. Dug out by Zins. Now Yackley back for Abby Zins, and her swing goes long. Points of the Yellow Jackets, makes it 21-15. Holbein for the Yellow Jackets. Ziegler on the reception. Yackley through the middle. Here's the swing from Swangstu, and that's long. Saints offense sputtering a bit here. Jackets now up by 7. 22-15. By the way, we'll have a pre-post-game recap once we go final. Here's the serve now by Holbein. She'll get the service ace. Caught the tape, fell down, and the Jackets 2 points away now from taking the first of 3 meetings with the Saints here and closing out a 3-1 weekend. There's Holbein at the line. Here's her serve. Ziegler sinks that pass, and it's now match point for the Yellow Jackets. 24-15. So a nice bounce back from that match earlier today for UWS against their bridge rivals, St. Scholastica. Serve now from Holbein. Yackley to the outside, Zins on the swing, and she'll get the kill. So 1 match point saved here by the Saints. Rikiki will come back in. Lauren Call will go back to the line for St. Scholastica to serve. Here's her serve now, back line. Herring, Schwartz through the middle. Here's the swing from Sydney Bader, and that one goes wide. So match point number 3 at 24-17 now. Here's Call. Her serve. Herring, Schwartz. Outside Jones. And she will put it away. Caitlin Jones with the kill. Final swing, somewhat fitting, I guess, that she gets the kill that defeats her former team, St. Scholastica, as the Jackets take set number 4, by the score of 25-17. And they win this match 3-1. Jackets, all 4 matches this weekend for the Jackets went 4 sets. Jackets taking 3 of the 4. They're now 10-6 with the win. As we jump into our post-game show, brief post-game recap. Brought to you by Synovus Energy and the Superior Refinery. Synovus Energy, we energize the world to make people's lives better. Final numbers from this one. Yellow Jackets, as a team, end up hitting .217 for the match. 65 kills and 198 attempts. St. Scholastica, meanwhile, ends up hitting .144. They end up with 55 kills on 201 tries. The Yellow Jackets individually led by McKenna Holbein. She would be your post-game show player of the game for sure for the Yellow Jackets. She did a little bit of everything today. 26 kills for Holbein, 17 digs. A couple of solo blocks in there as well. Also a couple of aces. She did, like I said, a little bit of everything for the Yellow Jackets in this one. Meanwhile, Caitlin Jones, who had a rough time of it against Stout earlier today, bounces back nicely against her former team. 14 kills for Jones, hitting .286. She also had 23 digs in the match, so a double-double for her. In the center position, the Jackets got 30 assists from Colleen Claude to go along with 16 digs. Gabby Schurz with 24 assists as well for the Yellow Jackets. Defensively, Savannah Herring, 28 digs for the Yellow Jackets. Jones, as I mentioned, with 23, 17 for Holbein, and 16 for Claude in the match. 5 blocks, by the way, for Chesney Phillips, so congratulations to her on that one. Probably her best performance as a Yellow Jacket to date. Meanwhile, for St. Scholastica, they were led by Abby Zins, who had 14 kills. Hit just 127, however. 13 kills for Ava Swangstu, 10 kills for Cassie Lustig, and 8 kills for Lindsay Baraboo. Nally Yackley, meanwhile, the starting setter on the 5-1 for St. Scholastica, had 45 assists. The Saints had 5 players double figures in digs. Yackley with a double-double, 45 assists to go with 13 digs. Lustig, by the way, also had a double-double with her 10 kills and 17 digs. Ava Decker had 14 digs and 12 digs as well for Bryn Ziegler. With the win now, the Yellow Jackets improving to 10-6. St. Scholastica falls to 7-5. The Yellow Jackets next in action this coming Friday, or actually, this coming Friday, I guess it would be. So in 6 days' time, they'll be down taking on Northwestern. That'll be a very tough matchup for the Yellow Jackets down at the Erickson Center in St. Paul. And that'll be the first of 2 road matches in the UMAC next weekend for UWS. 7 p.m. the opening serve against Northwestern. They'll also take on North Central on Saturday before returning home the following Tuesday. So a week from this coming Tuesday when they return home to take on these same St. Scholastica Saints here at the Mertz. That'll be a 7 p.m. opening serve here from the Mertz. 6:45 the pregame. That'll be a joint broadcast, by the way, on 91.3 FM KUWS and also on Yellow Jacket TV. So that'll be an interesting night as well. Should be a good crowd that night as well here at the Mertz. Always is when the Yellow Jackets and the Saints lock up. Big thank you, everybody who tuned in for the broadcast, not just today, but also yesterday. We had 10 matches for you over the 2 days. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and we'll hope you'll join us again for more Yellow Jacket Women's Volleyball as we close out the 2025 Stinger Classic, sponsored by Subway. Big thank you also to our entire production team here at Yellow Jacket TV for bringing you all the sights and sounds of Yellow Jacket Volleyball all weekend. We hope you enjoyed the broadcasts, and hope you'll join us again for more Yellow Jacket Volleyball a week from this coming Tuesday. So for all of us at Yellow Jacket TV, this is Matt Johnson one more time repeating the final score of this one. The Yellow Jackets, the 10th and final match of the 2025 Stinger Classic, sponsored by Subway. They down their bridge rival St. Scholastica 3-1. Set scores: Yellow Jackets 26-24 in the first, Saints 25-22 in the second, UWS 29-27 in the third, and then the Yellow Jackets closing out the Saints 25-17 in the fourth. Thanks for watching, everybody. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and we'll hope you'll join us again later on as we continue on here in the 2025 campaign. This has been UWS Women's Volleyball, brought to you by Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network.